Okay, it's 11:45 again. That means it's time for another quarantine diary. And tonight, I guess I've been thinking a little bit about the internet. I guess I'm always thinking about the internet, but what I've been trying to think about for like a lot of this evening is what was life like before Facebook? I know that sounds weird, but if you think about what life before Facebook, I guess, was MySpace. And for the life of me, I can't figure out what we did on MySpace. Like, there were no likes, there was no news feed, there were no even pokes. What were we doing? Like, think about it for a second. Can you remember what you were actually doing on MySpace? I know I spent forever on it, but what was I actually doing? Um, when I think about it, I think that I must have spent most of my time on MySpace updating my MySpace page, which sounds insane when you think about it today. But yeah, I think we spent a lot of time updating our MySpace page because it was customizable. Everything was customizable on MySpace. And on the one hand, that could be terrible because anybody who lived through the MySpace era remembers attempting to load a MySpace page on an underpowered computer. Like, not all of us had the latest iMacs. And I think that every day in America, a conversation like this was happening.
Are you smoking?
No, I'm just trying to load a MySpace page on my netbook. It's got too many sparkly GIFs. But updating the look and feel of your MySpace page wasn't the only thing that you could update. Like the whole point of the MySpace page was to express your personality. So one thing that you updated was the list of things that you liked. So your favorite movies, your favorite songs, your favorite books. For some reason, we put those things on our MySpace page, and they were supposed to, I guess they were supposed to communicate something about ourselves. They had a function as well. Like you could click on, say, Annie Hall if you have that as your favorite movie, and find other people who had Annie Hall as your favorite movie. But like, where are you supposed to go from there? Like, hello, dear sir. I see that you also like Annie Hall. Perhaps we could strike up a conversation on MySpace or move it to someplace a little more refined, like email. I don't think anybody was doing that. Maybe actually that's actually not true. One of my one of my best friends actually met his wife that way. They had a shared love of some 80s yacht rock people, and kind of an ironic and kind of an unironic love. And their love became an unironic love, and they got married. Um, yeah, so you could change that. You could you could select a song for your profile that would auto play when people arrived at your page. So this was easily like the most important thing for you to take time and care and selecting and curating for your friends' experience of visiting your MySpace page. Again, why they visited your MySpace page, I have no idea. I can't figure out why I would have gone to somebody's MySpace page if I already knew them. But I guess this is a thing that we did. So I had Rhapsody in Blue for a while because that's one of my favorite songs. I know that I had Diggable Planets Dedication. And then I'm pretty sure that I had the DX theme song from WWE for a while. Probably for a long while, actually. So that was another thing that you could customize. Probably the most, probably the thing that we spent the least amount of time on, but that could cause the greatest amount of consternation was top eight. And boy, let me tell you about top eight. So there's a lot of talk today about how social media makes us feel bad and compare ourselves to other people, but it's not really like that true. Like you don't look at Demi Lovato and 10 million followers and think, you know what? I should have Demi Lovato's 10 million subscribers, 10 million followers. I should be where Demi Lovato is. No, you don't. But top eight was something that was easily attainable. Let me just tell you a little bit about top eight. So top eight was as this module that was prominently featured on your MySpace page, and in that top eight, you curated your top eight friends. And it didn't have to be friends. Like you could throw other things in there, like if you wanted to demonstrate that you were really into LMFAO, you could have LMFAO in that slot as your top eight. But really, this is a place for you to demonstrate who your best friends were and who they weren't. And probably a saving grace was just that not everybody was on MySpace in those days. Um, so you could probably get by with not hurting like a lot of your friends' feelings because they just weren't on there. But of the people that were, like that could that could cause some problems. I mean, looking at people's top eights. So you go to your friend's profile page, quickly glance at their top eight because what else are you gonna do? There's nothing else to do on MySpace. I swear there was nothing else to do on MySpace. You look at their top eight and you're like, why am I not there? Or, hmm, I was there, but I'm not now. What happened? Hey, I just noticed that I'm not in your top eight anymore. I mean, it's not a big deal. I just want to know why.
Oh no, I just realizing, is it you? Well, here's the thing. I noticed that I wasn't in your top eight, so I think I was top eight.
You've never been in my top eight.
How is it that I put you in mine, and then you never put me in yours? I just assumed that you saw that you knew you were in my top eight, right?
I mean, I feel like you'd have known that if you'd actually just visited my MySpace page. I tell you all the time, visit my MySpace page. But I feel like this was easily like the most pernicious feature that any social network ever unleashed on a person's circle of friends. So I definitely remember who was in my top eight. Um, my wife was there. She was my girlfriend at the time, but she was there. My brother and sister were there. I know that my friend Amy and my friend Leachmo were there, so that's five. I know that was like a pretty solid five. Those other three slots, I'm a little murky on. And they eventually like loosened that. I think that they eventually stretched it to be like top 16 or whatever. But for a solid number of years, I'm pretty sure that top eight was causing some problems and some friendships. That was life before Facebook, MySpace. I mean, I guess there was also life before MySpace. There was Friendster. I really have no idea what we did on Friendster. Um, but I guess the thing that kind of stands out to me about MySpace is just that it was like such a big piece of my world from 2004 to 2000 and say 2008 because I held on to it for a couple of years after switching to Facebook because nobody was on Facebook until 2009. And now I can barely remember what the thing was even like. So that's tonight's Quarantine Diaries. I wonder if you have anything like that, particularly like digital experiences, things that were really meaningful to you when you were experiencing them, but now you're like, what was that thing even? um, and there will be another Quarantine Diary tomorrow night. I don't know what it will be, but it will be recorded sometime between the time of 11:45 and midnight, like this one. So yeah, if you want to see the next Quarantine Diary, there's a very easy way to see it, and that is to have some sort of device that is connected to the internet, and then on that device to have some other program that will provide you access to YouTube. And then once you have the access to YouTube, what I have is an account. You don't have to have an account to use YouTube, but it really helps you to subscribe if you wanted to subscribe to this channel so that you can see the next Quarantine Diary specifically in the context of the subscription feed in your YouTube app. So yeah, see you tomorrow.